Good afternoon, Eamon here on Ashlawn Farm. It's a Sunday afternoon. I'm just over here in my Brehan checking our heifers. I see we're still grazing out, and as you see they still have a nice bit of green grass, and they're not doing very much damage. Ground conditions are quite poor with all the rain, but we are managing still to graze off our grass. And the way we're managing this is that we put them into blocks that last them 4 or 5 days and just move them on, so that they have a lot of grass to eat all the time, so they eat and lie down and they're not really walking around. Today is a bit cold, but before this the weather has been quite wet but mildish. You see the heifers there, they're doing exceptionally well. They're very happy still to be out. These heifers that you're looking at will be being presented for breeding on the 1st of December, and hope we will take them all home around the 15th of November, house them so that they're used to the housing before we start the breeding, that we don't upset their cycle. These are would have been all born last September, October and November. They're just a year and two, and in a year the youngest would be probably 13 months and the oldest is 15 months. So they'll be all calving down at 2-year-olds. So that's the good age to calve them down, of between 22 and 25 months. That's the time we like them, and it makes the best cows and much easier calving, and they develop into much better cows. But it means that the heifers has to be thriving every day. They need to be gaining up to 1 kilo every day from the day they're born to achieve the 600 and 660 days, and we want them around 600, between 550 and 600 kilos calving down. Around 550 kilos is probably, so they need to be gaining about 0.8 of a kilo every day. So that means that from the day they're born to the day they calve, they have to be on good diet. Let it be milk replacement, let it be grass, silage, meal, whatever. And we try to feed them very little meal, because it adds cost to the system. We run a low cost farming system on our farm, and that's what we want to continue. And we believe the real profit is in trying to get as much grass into the cows and into the heifers as possible. And particularly even grazed grass is much cheaper than grass to harvest and put in to make silage off. So if you can graze the grass with the animals as long as you can, it's a much cheaper and more profitable way to do it. So that's the story on the farm. As you see there, I can look there is pools of water there from the heavy rain. Look, that's water there on the ground. So it's a long time ago since we had this wet of September, October, and it looks like November is going to be something similar. Look, that's Eamon here on a cold Sunday, on last Sunday in October, Halloween weekend, over just checking out the heifers. I said I'd just shoot on, show you our heifers and tell you what's happening on the grazing farm. And allowing that is, on my last video we talked about doing the herd test, the TB herd test. Unfortunately, one of these heifers, the cows was all at home, was perfectly clear, but one of the heifers that was here went down in the test. She's 14 months old. We have taken her home and isolating her in the pen, so she has to go for slaughter, and we'll be taken completely out of the herd. So that means we have 2 tests to do now before we can sell any stock, and it means that we'll have to hold on to our heifers, our bull calves and our beef calves that we want to dispose of, and our cull cows can only go straight into factory. We can't sell them to another farmer or to the mart. So that, I'm going to talk more about that at the video, but I said I'd just shoot on today, show you the heifers, just show you the conditions that we're still able to graze here on Ashlawn Farm, and the cows are out by day and in by night. So I want to go home now, bring in the cows and feed the calves and get finished to Kenneth his milking this evening, and give him a hand to get started, and get the cows in, the calves fed, and a few more jobs done, and so that we can go in for a nice Sunday dinner with my family. Eamon from Ashlawn Farm signing off, and again thanks to everybody for their comments and for viewing my videos. Thank you.